Hello, I'm Darth Paradigm, and we're going to take a look at the Antares. This is probably, well, the best saber I've ever received from Crimson Dawn so far, just from an aesthetic standpoint, but I also love the soundboard. This has the Eco Smooth Swing soundboard, so this hilt is 11 and a half inches long from the tip of the emitter the way to the cube pommel. It runs on average about an inch and a quarter in diameter, and it's sort of a brushed aluminum finish. When you first receive this, and for several weeks afterwards, even with a good cleaning, this finish will kind of accumulate on your hands with spins and just normal handling. It does come off on your hands, just to warn you ahead of time. Anyway, so this portion of the video is just going to focus on aesthetics, as I said. Now, I added a thumb screw for one of the blade retention holding mechanisms. There's actually a blade retention screw on the bottom. So the one on the top, it's functional, but it's mostly for aesthetics. Now, I didn't actually receive any accessories with this hilt. They forgot to send them to me. But fortunately, I have enough of them kicking around, and I had just received these, a pair of these, the gold one and black one, with some timing shims I received. So it seemed natural to put this on here, and it looks really good. The other one, the black one, is on my Banshee. So we got a nice angled emitter, as you can see. Very thick housing, so that blade's in here securely. There's no blade retention screw because, or not blade retention screw, but LED retention screw, because this has a chassis system. The chassis probably goes to about there and then just stops. So it's technically held in place by these screws here and this screw on the back. And so the blade goes into about there. So it's in there very securely. These little slats on the side, these are actually windows, and they're very nice windows. Yeah, very subtle, but very nice. Very nice, very nice. We also have these really smooth and comfortable choke points here. And this one's, you know, kind of a complete sort of a U-shaped thing. This one kind of starts off the same, but then kind of terminates at a sharp angle. But it's very comfortable, and I very like the, I don't know, I just like the aesthetic look of this. It really makes this hilt come together. This is the one aspect of it that makes this hilt just come together like no other Crimson Dawn hilt has come together for me previously. And so there's that. Okay. And then there's also these grooves in the handle. Now you have your requisite backlit switch, your recharge port, and again the screws that hold everything in place. And just the way this angles in and then rounds off, and that's all anodized inside the grooves there, and then it comes around. And then when you get to this point, this is actually where the grip section meets the switch section. It unscrews right there, so you can't even tell. It's built right into the design, so it's aesthetically you don't even notice it. It's just really really a neat design. And this, of course, is all smooth. There's nothing sharp. Look at that. Absolutely nothing sharp. It may grind a little bit in your hands, but nothing you need to go grind to mama about. So very nice grip section, and this really kind of brings the whole package together. Just everything from this angled emitter to the window and this section here, the choke point and the grip, and then just kind of you know, ends as most hilts do with a pommel. In this case, it has kind of a cube pommel, and this is my one complaint of this hilt, and this is probably something I'm going to replace. If I can ever find a pommel that has this same finish, I'll probably replace this pommel, because I just don't really think that the cube style really goes with this hilt. It's amazing, 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 and then boop, it just stops being amazing. Others may feel differently, but yeah, I kind of want to put a different pommel on here. So, like I said, I don't want to just put something that's silver but doesn't have like this mirrored finish, this semi-mirrored finish. Anyway, until that happens, I'm perfectly happy with this hilt. This is probably one of my all-time favorite hilts. The other reason why I want to replace the pommel is because there are some QC issues. As you can see, it's over-anodized in the black, which kind of spills into the silver area, or vice versa. I don't know which one's which, and it kind of happens a little bit on the edge there. But really, I mean, these edges are a little bit sharp, and if anybody saw the picture I posted, I kind of gouged into my forearm with some really crazy mad spinning that I was doing at one point. So this is my only ding for this particular hilt design. Anyway, it has a little kind of semi salt shaker design for the pommel, and yeah. It really is a delight. It's a very comfortable hilt. You know, it's large enough for two-handed. One-handed is a breeze because it's light enough. The chassis is in here uber securely, and it responds very, very well. What I failed to mention is I kind of like how they sort of put what would inherently be the bottom of the hilt. That's where the switches are, because I would consider where the thumb screw is to be the top. But they kind of reversed everything. There's a lot going on here that just makes this thing unique. And so, like I said, in the second half of the video, I'm going to try to show you how all the electronics work. And we'll see how that goes. So, here we go. This portion of the video is just going to be me trying to show you basically how the electronics work. And I'm bound to screw it up at least once or twice. It always happens, and I've come to the conclusion it's inevitable. It always happens. And one of the rules with this hilt is 3 is always music. 3 is always music. Alright, so on. Alright, so now it's lit, so you know this is on. Hit the button. Voila. She is on. Now, with the saber on, you can hold the button for one blink, and you'll get your lockup. Alright? Hit the button to turn the lockup off. So, like I said, one blink, lockup. That may seem kind of a chore, but when you're swinging this around, you'll find that when you hold the button down and you release it, you're pretty good at getting that lockup to work consistently. It's really not that much of an issue. Tapping the button gives you your blaster block. Okay, so if you want to change color, you hold this for 2 blinks, and it will cycle through all the colors of the rainbow. When it gets to the color you want, in which case I'm gonna shoot for a yellow, because I've been a big yellow blades have been kind of my jam lately. I don't know why. It is what it is. So when you find your color, you just tap the switch. Which is usually after the red, I think. Alright, let's get a little bit green in it, but that's okay. I don't mind. Alright, so, while the hilt is on, I think if you hold it down for 3 blinks,
so uncivilized,
you get your voice. So I have this on the General Grievous, the Obi-Wan Kenobi sound font. Now, if you're interested in seeing this thing really performing, how bright it is, the fonts, yada yada yada, I did a separate video probably about a week ago, so go look for that, because that's not what this video is about. This video is just performance. So there's 3 sounds.
I have the high ground. Hello there.
And I'll go through them one more time.
uncivilized. I have the high ground! Hello there.
And they kind of cycle in the same order, and they're not randomized or anything like that. Now, I think if you hit 4, that shuts the thing off. All right, so 4 shuts the thing off. Now, while the saber is on, or rather, while the saber is off, see, I'm already screwing up words. I always do that, I don't know why. If you hold this for 1 flash,
Set the sound.
that controls your volume.
No sound.
So there was softer sound, this is mute,
Loud sound.
back to loud sound. Now, for controlling blade functions, you get pulse, unstable blade, and stable. So that's 2 flashes.
Pulse. Unstable. Stable.
I usually just keep it on stable. I don't really need the pulse. The pulse actually tends to, it really screws up the camera whenever you're trying to film the performance of the thing. So I've just been kind of skipping it. And I do like the solid blade color. I wouldn't say that the pulse and the unstable blade effects are really where this hilt shines. I think if you just leave it on stable, you're probably well off. Now, tapping this 3 times, like I said, that gives you your music. And there's different tracks that are stored on here. As far as I can tell, the only way to get the tracks to stop is to just cycle through all of them. And eventually you get to the end, and then there are no more tracks. And it just goes back to not playing any music. So we'll just go through them. I'm not going to play the whole thing, so I can avoid any potential copyright strikes or whatever might happen, whatever might fate bring to make my life difficult. I don't need that. And that's all of them. So that's how you get through the tracks. And to change fonts, you hold the button for 4 blinks.
Kantuku. I'm Cal Kestis. The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
You have something I want.
Ray Skywalker.
See, I told you. I told you I'd mess it up at one point. All you do is you miss 1 blink. I took my eye off the ball.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Or in this case, I took my eye off the saber.
General Kenobi.
I really like that Grievous there. It sounds really cool. So generally speaking, when I want to turn the saber off, and you turn the saber off by holding the button. Now, if I were to do that now, just start holding the button until it turned off, it's going to jump to the next font. You want to avoid that. So what I do is I turn the saber on, and then I'll just hold this until it turns off, and I'll just continue to hold it. And as you'll see, after a while, the light will just kind of turn off. It doesn't give you any indication other than the light turning off. There you go. So now your saber's in deep sleep mode. So recharging this takes about 2 to 3 hours. I assume there's just a standard lithium-ion 18650 battery in here. Actually, I know for a fact. Actually, hey, why don't we do this? Let's open this thing up. I can do that solid, can I? Yeah. It's a little bit of a snug fit in there. There you go. So there's your soundboard. There's your speaker. Fairly bassy for what it is. Your LGT Sabre Studios battery, lithium-ion 18650. So that's replaceable. And this, of course, comes apart for in the previous section, customizing the pommel. You can swap out the switch section if you were just crazy enough to do that. I don't know why anybody would. And I think, I'm not too sure if the emitter, I don't think the emitter comes apart from the switch section. I think this is all pretty much one section. So this is in of itself a very unique hilt, because most of them have a switch section and an emitter section. Such is not the case with this one. And they've got this thing lined up. Well, it doesn't have to line up. It doesn't have to line up at all. You don't have to worry about any alignment issues at all. So there's no need for shims or anything to get the alignment of this thing, just the way you want it to get it aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, this thing's just brilliant. This is probably one of my favorite sabers right now, and it costs much more than $100. And I've actually seen this. I went to AliExpress. You can actually get this from the LGT store on AliExpress. That costs it costs more than what I paid for it when I bought this from Crimson Dawn. But then again, if you buy it from them, then you have to wait a really long time to get it. With Crimson Dawn, on average, it's only going to take you not much more than 7 days. This one actually took a little bit longer to arrive. Simply because it was during the holiday season, and I think this may have went out of stock. It sold so quickly because it's such a popular model, and justifiably so. I give this thing a 10 out of 10. It's just aesthetically, it's a beauty, eh? So anyway, yep, that's my review and tutorial for the Crimson Dawn Antares. I hope you enjoyed it. Today is New Year's Eve, so I hope everyone is gonna play it safe tonight. I live in Massachusetts, and Massachusetts is basically sending out texts and robocalls and everything, just basically telling us all to stay home, don't party, don't have fun, don't enjoy yourself, stay healthy, don't get sick. Well, so that's all I can do is to recommend that to everybody. So, but you're gonna do what you're gonna do anyway. So I'll shut up. So hope you enjoyed this review, and yeah, Happy New Year. May the Force be with you. Thanks to everybody who's supported me throughout the entire year. It's been a marvelous year. I've been so many subscribers. I don't even know how the hell that happened. Really, but man, I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are my family. Like my other family. You're on my other family. I got a lot of families. So, yeah, I'll go away now. You guys have a fun rest of the day, and I'll catch you in the next video, okay? Take care now. Bye.